Can't get out. All right, good Thursday morning, everyone. 48 First Alert Meteorologist Eric Burke. Glad you're here on this rainy Thursday for Weather Extra. Pattern, well, it looks like it changes a little bit as we go into this coming weekend, which is welcome news for many of us, of course. They say that April showers bring May flowers. How many days of April showers do we need to get those May flowers? But rainfall totals have really been ramping up here over the past couple of days. I know just the Shoals yesterday saw over 2 inches of rain out at Northwest Alabama Regional Airport. The day before, Huntsville International Airport saw over an inch of rain yesterday evening. Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis was tracking numerous severe thunderstorm warnings for you, mainly for that threat of collapsing storms. You get that big gust of wind and also that hail threat. And it looks like we'll have kind of a similar situation as we go through the day today. And then one more very active day, and that is tomorrow, your Friday. That's how we'll end the work and school week. And then by the weekend, we'll talk about some of the drier skies and some of the better news regarding your forecast, because a lot of us are just kind of sick and tired of the rain at this point, myself included. There's only so many days in a row where I could say, it's going to rain and storm again before it starts getting a bit repetitive. I'm sure you guys at home are kind of sick of it too. But right there on the right-hand side of your screen, that's the Parkway. Not the easiest morning commute again. We had poor visibility, wet roads, ponding puddles, all of that stuff associated with the heavy rainfall. And I know I got into work about 3 o'clock this morning. I'd say about 3:15. Lightning had a hit just right in the back of our studio here because it kind of shook the building, made me jump up. It's too early for that, but that will get the heart rate up a little bit. But again, there's the Parkway. Things look good. We got to Athens just a couple of minutes ago before we started the stream. This camera was showing some rainfall moving through parts of Limestone County. I know Athens, just like Huntsville, Meridianville, Madison itself, Decatur this morning, kind of saw like 4, 5, 6 rounds of at least steady rainfall, if not even heavy at times. But things look to be okay on I-65, so that's good news. Now, let's go out to that radar. Here we go. Things are widely scattered at the moment. It's not that more widespread heavy rain that we had for the morning commute hours. It was mainly the metro areas, in particular along I-65, 565. You had 231 north and south from Huntsville, Highway 72 in both directions. We're going east over Chapman, going west out there to Athens too. So that was a lot of rain for the morning. Things widely scattered, and I actually think we're going to see a brief kind of lull in activity here, probably from about 11:30 to maybe 1, 2 o'clock before we see kind of that second round of rain and storms starting to come in. So here's the next rad, just kind of a closer, more zoomed in look for you. Same radar, just a different look at it. A lot of that rainfall now, it's going to move into parts of Fayetteville, out there toward you in Bellevue and Lincoln County in Tennessee, through Moore County, and also widespread rain right now. At least the heaviest is moving north and east of you in Franklin County there. But just kind of a wet day. It's helped with the pollen count. I guess we could say that's a success or a victory. Just trying to grasp for straws here regarding some positive things regarding the rainfall. And I know my grass has certainly really started to green up here over the past couple of days. Now the problem is it's rained so much, probably picked up 2, 3 inches of rain at my house just the past couple of days. Well, it's still so wet. You go out and cut it, and then it's all clumped up, and it looks terrible. and you don't want that look. So maybe a couple dry days through the weekend into early next week, get out and cut our grass again. But out there toward Limestone County, parts of western Madison County, heading toward you and Monrovia, for example, out to the Harvest area, and then just kind of looking at some of the southern areas into parts of Morgan County, even Coleman County, heading toward you in the Arab area there in Marshall County, and then a couple sprinkles popping up and there in parts of Franklin County too. So just watching just the spotty rain. There's not a lot more behind this off to the south. Just to kind of give you an outlook for your rain and storm timeline for the rest of the day today. That will continue, expecting kind of that second round of at least scattered showers and storms. These storms, if they get a bit more organized, we've got a lot of moisture instability to work with. Sometimes you get that stronger updraft potential for those collapsing storms that will give you those gusty winds, and also that threat for probably just pea to dime size hail, maybe up to nickel size today. But overall threat for severe storms yet again is low, and that's good news considering we are here in late April. It's almost May, believe it or not. Looking at the calendar just a minute ago, I was like, oh, wow, April flying by, that's for sure. 3-day forecast, a pair of 75s here for today and tomorrow. A lot of that just has to do with the amount of cloud cover that we've seen associated with the showers and storms. So we are anticipating a second round of rain and storms this afternoon, potentially into the evening commute up until about sunset, and then we'll show you that hour-by-hour forecast, of course, for you. And then 75 tomorrow, and tomorrow might be the most active day of the entire week. And we've had decent coverage of the rain and storms on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we saw that already here this morning. Tomorrow, late morning, afternoon, evening, and that looks like we're going to really start to see some shower and storm coverage pick up. Another day where there's a chance of seeing maybe that marginally severe storm for some gusty winds and hail. But by Saturday, that's the positive part of the forecast there, right around 80 degrees for Saturday. So here it is, hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of the day. A few scattered showers and storms developing. The model is hinting at some pretty decent clearing. I don't think we'll see as much sunshine as what the model is depicting, but future radar does bring in that cluster of kind of secondary showers and storms through the evening commute, and then probably wrapping up after sunset. Now overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, a few lingering isolated showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder. I don't think we'll have as much rainfall heading out the door for your Friday morning commute to work and school as what we saw this morning. Again, the metro area is just really socked in with rain from about 3 a.m. all the way through 7, even into the 8 o'clock hour there. Now 7 o'clock here, taking the kids to the bus stop or taking them to the school drop-off line. Yeah, a few showers possible, so have the umbrella, the rain gear with you. We go into the afternoon, and this is lunchtime now. Temperatures warm in the mid to upper 70s, and the warmer we get, and if we see some peaks of sun, that adds to our instability. That means better potential for showers and storms, some storms potentially strong to marginally severe. But look at this big swath of heavy rain and embedded thunderstorms coming in, moving from northwest Alabama, tracking from west to east, a little bit more of a northeasterly component too. But this big soaking rain comes in through the late afternoon into the evening, and then it just kind of pushes off to the east, which leaves us quiet as we go into Friday night, which is good. Who doesn't want a quiet Friday evening? And then overnight into Saturday morning. So now we're starting off our weekend. Temperatures a touch cooler on Saturday morning in the mid to upper 50s, some low 60s. A little pop of sunshine there. We're in the mid to upper 70s, heating up quickly, pretty high humidity levels for Saturday. But this is still already a lot drier than what we've seen this past work and school week. Now, the early morning model run that I shared on the morning newscast actually kept us dry for the entire day, and personally I got really excited thinking, hey, the weekend looks great. But now this new model data coming in, at least on the graph model here, showing potential for isolated to maybe scattered showers and storms. So something you'll just have to keep an eye on. On the radar, your 48 weather app, a great tool to have with you, of course. You've got your hour-by-hour forecast, the radar tool. Make sure the radar tool on the app is set to now and not future radar. That's always been kind of a point of confusion among some folks here lately. But rainfall, so factoring in today, overnight, and tomorrow. And notice that some places barely pick up any rainfall. Others are in the half-inch, inch-and-a-half or more range. We had flash flood warnings yesterday for several counties. We'll be watching that flooding threat not only this evening, but if we do get that big swath of rain and storms coming in for your Friday afternoon and evening, that would clearly elevate our chance there of seeing some more flash flooding or just aerial flooding. Creek, streams, and rivers already running on the high side. Mid 60s to low 70s, depends on how much rain you've seen. And look at Fayetteville there at 64, 63, and Winchester. They've seen a lot more rainfall than everyone else, especially out west of I-65. And that's why if you go out to Russellville, they're already at 72. So the rest of the day today looks like this: isolated to scattered showers and storms. Should still warm up into those low to mid 70s, which is seasonal for this time of year. Average high is 77. Just keep an eye out for those showers, because if you get some rain, could be a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Again, going to some positive parts of the forecast, all the rain we saw yesterday, Monday and Tuesday as well, our tree pollen. You could actually breathe today. You're not sniffling and sneezing, at least not as much as you were the past couple of days. Tree pollen remains in that low category, goes into moderate tomorrow, and then over the weekend back into the high category, so take your antihistamine. Here's your weekend forecast. Now this may change because the model's kind of going back and forth, especially on the rain and storm potential for Saturday, but we're going with a high of 80 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Can't give you a dry weekend forecast. I have to include the mention of at least some isolated to scattered showers and storms. Would be the same threats, maybe some gusty winds, heavy rain, lightning, and maybe some of that smaller hail, particularly for your forecast regarding Saturday afternoon. Pull back the view. Here's that big picture, and look at how that rain just remains parked over the southeast U.S., that Gulf moisture coming up. We've got showers and storms from Oklahoma into parts of Texas, all the way straight up through the plains, through the central plains into the northern plains. Some folks there in Montana, mountainous areas obviously, but they're dealing with snow showers here almost in the month of May. So that's their springtime weather, not necessarily ours by any means. So forecast for tonight: winds will die down, a few isolated showers, some rumbles of thunder expected. Similar start to your Friday morning as what we saw waking up this morning. I think we'll see more areas of fog developing with those calmer conditions overnight. So poor visibility plus the threat of rain could be a tough Friday morning commute. Fridays are difficult on the roads as it is, given that increase in your traffic volume there. For tomorrow, yeah, showers and storms, especially late morning into the afternoon. Temperatures will be similar there in the mid 70s. If these storms do get a bit stronger and more organized, we have that potential for the wind threat as well as some of that hail too. So tomorrow, it's a Friday, the end of the week, potentially even when you're picking up the kids from school there or the bus stop, you know, you are out there in the middle of a thunderstorm. So when you hear thunder, see lightning, make sure to go inside to a safe place and just have that umbrella with you. Let's get right to your 7 and now 10-day forecast. So 75 today, 75 tomorrow. Both days should bring at least that afternoon round of rain and storms. A much better chance and coverage of the storms coming for your Friday afternoon into that evening commute. Weekend forecast, fingers crossed, I'm optimistic on this one. We've got Panoply weekend here in Huntsville. We've got the races down in Talladega if you're heading out to watch that. I still haven't gone to Talladega. It's on my to-do list. Every time the race is in town, whether it be the spring or the fall race, I have something going on over the weekend, and I haven't made it out yet, but it is on my list to do. I know the camping scene is an experience in its own right there. 85 there Tuesday of next week, 85 on Wednesday. It does look like next week is showing a bit more activity on some of the long-range models. Again, this is a spring pattern forecast, so sometimes the models just aggressively start throwing out daily chances for rain and storms, and that's certainly possible, but it's still several days away, so we'll keep an eye on that. And notice we've got a front coming in there on Wednesday with the rain and storms, and then your temperatures kind of fall off toward that very end of your 10-day forecast. So those of you that were with us and just kind of monitoring some of the comments that said, hey, good morning to you as well. Hope you guys are finding some nice indoor activities to buy yourself some time. I played about 4 hours worth of pickleball at the YMCA here yesterday. Definitely paying the price for that today. A very, very sore Eric here, but you know, it was raining, so why not do some inside activities, and it just happened to be pickleball day there on Wednesday. But keep checking back for the latest regarding your weekend forecast. Fingers crossed that we have a nice, dry, beautiful April weekend. Hoping for that myself. Join myself and Peyton Walker for Tennessee Valley Living. That will be at 11, and then I'll be on your newscast at noon with Gina Benitez. So have a great day, stay dry, and watch out for those additional showers and storms we're expecting this afternoon as well as for your Friday. Have a great day. Thanks for your time.